It is ma'am.
What's up, guys?
Oh, that intro still gets me. It's ma'am.
It's ma'am.
What can I say? I was joking around and that somehow became a thing.
Yeah.
How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah, doing
I'm
good,
good.
thanks. Great to be here.
Nothing like cutting it close right at the start of the show, huh?
Oh man.
If my
So
voice sounds deeper, my allergies are killing me. So
yeah, a
today,
little bit.
yeah, you can tell, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So hello everyone. This is Geek Tropology, and we are here in Progressive Park number 15. We are going to talk a bit about the Lord of the Rings and about gaming and nice stuff. So, well, Ash and Jet, tell me, what do you think about what's going on with the Lord of the Rings?
Ash, you want to go first, or?
No, that's all right. You take the floor.
I think it's bloody disgraceful what they're doing because they are a website that has championed. I remember when back when the first original movies came out. Was it early 2000? I don't remember what year they
Yeah,
came
early
out.
2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s. So, that was the only way you could figure out how to get actual news about the movies, because that site apparently had it, and now apparently it's fallen into disastrous hands where they don't want to have anything to do with the fan base that originally, once again, and Gary's been saying this is going to happen for a while, they're coming after you next. Because that's one of Gary's thing is Lord of the Rings. And he's been saying this for I don't know how long, right, Pablo? He's like, they're coming after this next.
Yep.
So,
He has been warning us that
mhm.
this was going to happen. There will be a huge attack against the fans. So it came true, man.
Yeah, this is basically, are we? I think is this the last one that they can absolutely destroy? Because I don't think of anything else. They got in Star Wars, they got Star Trek, got Doctor Who. Am I missing something?
If
They
we
got
do
DC.
think of something, it might be best not to say it so we don't give them any ideas.
I'm just
Yeah.
naming off the list. They've gone down the whole list.
But
So
this, even though Star Wars was big, this is the biggest one. This is the biggest
yeah.
franchise that they have ever got their hands on. Because
Mhm.
if you see Star Wars after the prequels, it kinda went a little into a downward spiral. There was a reason why
Yeah.
Star Wars needed a revamping, and that was what Disney was supposed to do.
Yeah, that
Um,
they were supposed to actually, and me and Ash have already agreed on this. They showed you what they did, the bait and switch, especially in the first movie. They're like, oh, you're gonna have all three back, and Finn's gonna maybe become a Jedi because they had him pop up just like Luke did in the original movie, but it was a bait and switch.
yeah, man.
Yep.
So, and I would have been all, and I will say this, I would have been all for Finn becoming a Jedi. All for
I
it.
wanted the Finn trilogy.
Yeah,
I
literally.
So many people would have been for that because that's what they were hinting in The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Yes, they messed some stuff up, but
Yeah,
they
they
were
did.
hinting as Finn being a Jedi Knight
Yeah.
and being the main Force user of the franchise. But no, like you said, Jedi, it was a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and then all the disastrous stuff we had with the Last Jedi, and that was just like that was the key turning point right there, where and then I didn't even watch the third movie. It was the first Star Wars movie that I had not gone to see in a movie theater. I'd seen every single one of them on open day. even The Last Jedi. I saw The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi. And like
Yeah.
I said, like a bunch of other people said, when I came out of The Last Jedi, I was dead silent. I couldn't. It took me about a couple days to just process everything.
Yeah,
And people, yeah.
I was trying to convince myself that I
Yeah,
liked
me
the
too. I
movie.
was like, I love Star
And
Wars. Why don't I
by the
like
way,
this?
just let me say hello to T-shirt historian man.
Yeah.
Welcome, hermanosito.
Yeah. Hey, T-shirt. We'll see you afterwards, brother. So he already contacted me. He's like, "Are you guys? Are you gonna come on after?" I was like, "Yeah." So, but yeah, like I said, they're gonna do, and Lethal touched on this morning too when I was down there, you know, because I usually hang out with Lethal at the on Saturday too. He touched on it. Nobody wants to see the bullshit that Amazon wants to come out, and the only reason why that this is happening is because they didn't, like Gary said, they didn't buy all the rights. They bought the rights to a few things.
Yep.
So, but to what they did buy, they are like that one idiot on OneRing.net said this isn't the old white man is dead and he doesn't own it anymore. Basically,
Oh.
that's what they literally
There's
said.
there's not a Lord
OneRing.net.
of the Rings without Tolkien,
Yeah,
man. There's
yeah,
no way
yeah,
you can do that. There's no way you can take Tolkien out of the
yeah,
story.
yeah,
So from the beginning, it centers around this white man. You
yeah.
cannot dance around it.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
and
it's not.
they called him a racist too, and he fought Yahtzees too.
Yeah, and then
Literally fought Yahtzees.
this.
He literally went to war for our freedoms.
Yep, and this guy in the one ring.net now is
Yeah,
calling him woke, which is
yeah,
actually a lot of bullshit. You know,
yeah,
if you really pay attention to Tolkien, yeah, he was kind of progressive in a lot of stuff, but
yeah,
he had a lot of important values from Catholicism, and also he held things like the family, the nuclear family, and the love between a man and a woman as
mm-hmm,
really, really important. If you read the books, is especially important, and there's all
yeah,
the thing that they made Arwen more important on the movie and everything, but you lose the part when Aragorn um, actually heals people
yeah,
because the hands of the king are the hands of the healer. So he basically does Reiki to a lot of people.
yeah,
That, for example, shows you that he is kind of this Christ figure.
yeah.
Also, uh, the way that I don't remember the name of Theodoren's niece.
Aragorn.
No, she is not Theoden. I don't. The lady that goes, "I'm no man."
Oh, yeah. I'm having
Oh,
a brain
her
fart right
in
now.
Gondor that took down
Yeah,
the Nazgul.
Yeah,
yeah,
she is not Eowyn. Man, I'm trying to
yeah,
remember her name,
yeah.
but
Maybe T-shirt can help us. Maybe
yeah.
T-shirt got that in his head.
But
So
anyway,
I just woke up, so
she
I'm
she is in the temple where
yeah,
Aragorn is healing people, and she
yeah,
actually tries to get with Aragorn, and Aragorn
hmm,
rejects her, and then she goes to Theoden, one of
hmm,
the last line of the
yeah.
Rohan people. So
The last line, one of the last lines of defense before the huge battle comes.
yeah,
So
so basically, she gets rejected, and instantly she falls in love with another man, and then
yeah,
he becomes. I don't know the proper word on English, senescal, but I'm just going
um,
there because I want to show this point.
yeah,
Romantic love and the love between a man and a woman was really important on the Lord of the Rings,
yeah, it was.
and that's something that you cannot take away. You can make this because these friendships are quite close, are quite warm. but those are not how they are trying to describe now gay relationships.
Hmm. So I
Um,
think T-shirt put it in. T-shirt. I think T-shirt put it in.
no, senescal is a rank on the military, but
Yeah.
Faramir, Erwin
Yeah.
and Faramir. There you go. Thank you very
Yeah. I
much.
was I was hoping T-shirt would get it. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
having a
yeah,
brain
yeah.
fart. Yeah.
I have a lot of mix in the names. Sorry about that, but
Yeah. It's okay though.
especially when you go to the Silmarillion, you have a character like Melkor. He is Melkor. He is I forgot the other name.
That's
Anyway,
awesome, brother. Okay.
he changes the name in the book at least 5 times
Yeah.
because there are things that, for instance, he gets a name in Sindarin, and in Sindarin, then the human race comes or the elves divide, and he gets another name and everything.
Are you talking about
So,
Gandalf?
no,
Okay.
Melkor is the devil. Okay,
Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah, I know that. So
okay. He is the devil on the creation. He is the one that
yeah.
actually seduces Sauron, and Sauron was from the god of the forges. Let's say
Mhm.
that from the Ainur that controls the fire and the forges.
Mhm.
And he actually became seduced by Melkor, and he falls into darkness. But he was not the main antagonist on this creation tale.
Yeah.
So basically, when Melkor dies, Sauron takes part of his power, and then
Mhm.
he creates the. And
That's
he is a Maiar. He is on the same level as Gandalf. So you have the main level that is Ilúvatar, that will be God.
yeah.
Then you have the Ainur that are the second realm of, let's say, angels or archangels or something like that.
Mhm.
Then you
Yeah.
have these spirits that are the third level that are called the Maiar. And between them, um, basically you have Saruman, you have Gandalf, you have Radagast, you have the two blue wizards.
Yeah.
Those are part of that realm. Sauron is part of that level too.
Yeah.
So, and the Balrog also. So basically, when Gandalf comes to the Middle Earth, he makes a promise and he gets an order that he should never interfere or show his real
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
If
But also remember, Gandalf has been on Middle Earth for ages before any of this even popped off too.
Yeah, but he was
He
in
was
the
in different
silver.
forms. Yeah.
Yep, he was in the Silver Shores before. So
Yeah.
when he gets into Middle Earth, the guy that takes care of the shipyards gives him one of the rings. So
Yeah.
he actually has one of the rings. But the promise is that he will not use his power. If he wanted, and
Mhm.
at the moment when Sauron was rising, he could actually go and stop him dead, basically.
Yeah.
He has the power to nullify Sauron, but he doesn't because it's not his role. And Saruman had actually made some kind of promise like that, but he fell from grace. He thought that he could get the power that Sauron was starting to get to become a higher being, so he
Yeah.
could make something better, basically correct the creation. But obviously, that temptation turned him into Saruman of all the colors, and that went really, really crazy. He ends in the Shire. Uh, in the movies, he dies. If you
Yeah.
see the extended version, he falls into the tower, and he's impaled.
Yeah.
Instead
I
of that,
got all 3 sets of that of the extended
nice.
version and stuff. Yeah, it came in a.
Instead,
I had to buy them separately. I didn't get them in a box set. Like I'm no Tolkien scholar or anything like that. Like Gary would be like, I think Gary is like, even though he says it, he's Tolkien level scholar. Gary would be like,
yeah,
even though he says he's, dude, Gary's knowledge on this is like, there. It's up there with Doomcops. I have to say. So Um, but yeah, and yeah, so
Yeah, so
I
there's a lot that is not in the books
yeah.
that is in the books that is not in the movies. Like you have Tom Bombadil, he is also on that realm of the Maya, and he
Hmm.
held the ring, but he was so happy with his life. He had the um, is the daughter of the moon or the daughter of the river? I don't remember exactly the
Yeah.
name, but she is the most beautiful woman that Tom Bombadil has ever seen, and he's in love with her. He lives in a shack away from everybody, and when Frodo gives him the ring, he holds it, toss him on the air, and then he gives back the ring to Frodo. Like, I
Yeah.
don't need this. I don't, because he is not seduced. He's happy with his life, and greed
Yeah.
is what triggers the way you fall into the ring. So
Yeah,
that's
that's how
yeah, that's
Smeagol got into that hole,
yeah.
you know.
So that's a character that you miss in the movies that shows you this other facet of Tolkien.
Well, well, I would have to say this, and actually, anytime you want to come in, so you would I would have to say that they tried to fit in as much as they could, but even with the extended editions, they still couldn't. That's a good, at least, aren't they like three? The extended editions are like 3 hour movies a piece,
Oh yeah,
if I'm right.
a piece.
Yeah, and didn't you say you have them too, Ish?
Oh yeah, I've got the Blu-ray box set, the
Yeah,
extended box set of Lord of the Rings and Hobbit.
yeah.
I envy you
So
so much.
yeah, so I don't have the Hobbit ones. I have old school Hobbit from back when I was younger, the cartoons
Uh,
and stuff. Um, but I did they my I did they people did buy my parents did buy me the extended editions of that stuff,
yeah.
and I have a box set of the Lord of the Rings from when I was a kid too. It's still kicking around of the books. But they tried, like literally was it, and then you have all the extras and everything. If you got
Oh
those
yeah.
big, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Ash,
Oh yeah.
about
Like
all that
each
material, and
each
they still
movie
didn't
is
get in.
each extended film in the box set is like multiple discs long.
Yeah,
Like the films, each extended film alone is on two Blu-ray discs, and
yeah,
we know how much data you can fit on a Blu-ray disc.
yeah,
Um, because it's got like an hour and a half of the film on each disc, along with some extra stuff as well. And then you've got like three discs just of extra content only for
yeah.
the box set, and it's ridiculous. Like they could easily have turned Lord of the Rings into six films with the
Oh,
amount of
that I would
content
say
there
they.
is.
I could say even go further and say nine.
Oh,
Jesus.
okay.
So
If you read the books actually are separated into six books technically.
yeah,
So
yeah,
every single book has two books inside. In
yeah.
the first tome, you have basically the Fellowship of the Ring, but after that, you will have a story from the Frodo and Sam's
Mm-hmm,
side of what's happening, and the
mm-hmm,
other one from the side of a Gandalf, of Aragorn, of Gimli. You know, you will have
mm-hmm,
the people that was left behind in the other half. And the structure of the story is kind of different. There's things that happen on the first film that should not happen until the second film, and things that should happen on the second film that doesn't happen until the third film, and so on and so forth, which
mm-hmm.
is kind of weird. Is distracting when you know I went expecting something and I didn't get that, and some there's this thing that Hollywood says that you go with your expectations, and when it's not met, you actually get angry and you don't like it. I went to the Lord of the Rings expecting a translation of the book, and it was not a translation of the book. It was not perfectly like the book, but even though it was not what I was expecting, it was great. So I left the theater happy with what I got. and
Mm-hmm.
that's expectation versus what you get, and what you get is even better than what you expected. You live happy. That's what
Mm-hmm.
they need to do. They need to concentrate on giving you the best version of what they are trying to give you, and if that doesn't match with what was the original, well, maybe if you did a good and job, or a good enough job, we don't even care. You
Yeah.
know what I
So
mean?
yeah. So we did the long way around to get to the point. So
Okay. I've
it,
just gone and grabbed my box set of extended Hobbit and
mhm.
Lord of the Rings. It's 30 discs,
Yeah.
and
Holy.
each film case for each film of the extended edition has at least 4 discs. Some of the cases have 5, and let me just take the Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey extended edition for example. Disc 1, Extended Edition plus Filmmaker's Commentary. Disc 2, Special Features from the original theatrical Blu ray release. Disc 3, The Appendages Part 7, Long Expected Journey, The Chronicles of the Hobbit Part 1. The Appendages Part 8, Return to Middle Earth. So the appendages, and that's just the Unexpected Journey case. And it comes with a little booklet with a few art images from everything, just small images telling you what every disc is, what's on the discs, and just some like cool stills from the films. And like midway through the book, it's like a map of Middle Earth, and it's it's insane. Like, I've done a full watch through of just the Lord of the Rings extended back to back, and it took me at least about 10 hours, I'd say. That's just the Lord of the Rings.
It's almost like
Mm-hmm.
13 if you leave the credits. I have done that. By the way, we have Brian, that 70s rock fan, with us, man.
Hail, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Good
Hey,
afternoon.
brother. I
Hey,
was
mate.
Hey.
just doing the tweet and you came on, so I'm gonna have to change it. Yeah, I saw you pop in, brother. I was like, okay,
I
this is
thought it looked
okay.
like you guys were having far too good a time. I thought I'd come in and
Oh yeah,
spoil
we're talking about Lord of the Rings and stuff. Yeah, so
it. Yeah, I'm
you
personally,
you guys carry on, and I'm putting a tweet out.
Okay.
So
personally, I'm looking forward to not the abbreviated versions you're talking about there, but the really extended version, the one the one that will last for 4 days per film.
Okay, if they can get Saruman into the Shire and they can do the whole Grima Wormtongue, I will be happy. I need Tom Bombadil, I need the Healing House, and I need a Saruman on the Shire. If they can do that in a whole, not even a movie, if they can go full on and make a series, good production quality series of the Lord of the Rings, following the books, that will be just godly, man.
Yeah, I love the extended versions that I've got, and I'm not sure which extended versions. Look at a special extended DVD edition. That's the ones I've got. But even they are I find myself having a nap halfway through them. But anyway,
Oh man, for me the books are this good. Okay, I was in
yeah.
the hospital. I was going to be there for 2 weeks. The first week I read the Silmarillion, the Lord of the Rings full, the Hobbit, and the Unfinished Tales Volume 1 and 2. That was my
Mm,
first week on the hospital. So I cannot get enough from talking and seeing what's going on. This part, okay, I'm loyal to Neurotic. I'm loyal to the community,
yeah.
so seeing an attack
yeah,
kind of rubs me the wrong way. But also
yeah.
is my love for the Lord of the Rings, and that's something that here in Ecuador, there's not so many people that will come around and say, "Yeah, let's talk about the Lord of the Rings." But the few that does, they really love talking about it. And
Mm-hmm.
even those people, I talk to them and they go, "Oh, Amazon, I don't know."
Mm.
because they don't inspire confidence. They don't give us nothing to believe. They are what in the third version of the pilot because they have been rejected twice.
Yeah, it's going. I'm really filled with dread when I uh, look and see and hear and read about what Amazon's doing. I think they're going to be. It's just my opinion. I think they'll be faced with a massive disaster, but I could be wrong. But maybe it'll be a big hit and they'll make their money back and everyone will love it. But I've got a feeling it's going to be a huge disappointment in both for us and for them.
You know what's the thing that worries me the most? Not if
Um,
it fails, if it succeeds going
yeah,
away from Tolkien. Why?
Yeah.
Because the next
that
project will
yeah,
be a bastardization of the Lord of the Rings. I
that's
guarantee
right.
you.
Hey,
Yes,
70s, do you have a
I,
Twitter? I couldn't
I
find it
don't.
for
I
some
do not twat, my friend.
Okay, I was just making sure I wasn't. I was like, I can't find him.
No,
Okay.
I've
Okay,
been
I got you,
rejected from
brother.
Twitter enough times to have just given up. So
Okay. Okay, I was just looking, brother. There's no problem.
yeah, I do minds. I do some minds
Oh
stuff.
yeah, do that
The
too. Okay, go
Discord,
ahead with
as
your
you
guys.
know.
I was just doing a tweet so I can,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
man.
Okay.
don't look for me. You will not find me. I am not there. I'm the invisible man of Twitter. But
But
yeah, Pablo, how well did the Peter Jackson movies do in Ecuador? Were they a big hit? Were they a minor hit? What was the general
it
feeling?
was it was huge, and I mean
Okay.
huge. You know this thing that the One Ring.net was trying to say that uh, homophobes didn't want to go to see the movie, or
Mm,
that they were hating on Ian McKellen. Let me tell you this: it was. Yeah, I'm on a Catholic country. If you
yeah.
see up to the last 10 years, things for the LGBT community has gone better. But before that, was a lot to do, and I mean a lot more than in the United States.
Mm,
At that time, it was the biggest hit ever. Each one of the movies made better than the previous one.
yeah.
No, nobody even care about Ian McKellen being whatever. They don't even give a damn. They wanted to see The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It was the biggest movie of all time, and everybody wanted to see it. It was on the Oscars, so everybody wanted to see the winner of the Oscars and everything. And it
Mm,
became an spectacle on itself. Going to see the movie was something that you should do. Not only see the movie, but the act of going to the cinema, the act of being there, of participating in that was huge in my country. So
yeah. Did these movies generally show in English, or do people go to see them in English, or were there Spanish language overdubs done?
there's okay, we get both. We get
Okay.
them with subtitles, but and this is something that I don't say really often. The dubbing was good, really, really good.
Okay.
Okay,
Interesting.
because it was done in Spain, and in Spain they actually do a higher pitch, and the voice feel unnatural most of the time. But in this
Mm,
production, it felt like a mystical sensation on the audio part. So, and the way they talk, like when the horses appear on the water, and Arwen is like, "Come and get him." In Spanish was "Venid a por él." With all the Spanish intonation and the song, it
okay.
it was great. It worked really, really good.
Yeah.
By the way, hi LTC, good to see you, man.
Yeah. When I used to go to Spain on holidays, etc., when I lived in the UK, you could get both the original English language versions of movies side by side in the cinema with Spanish overdubbed ones. So, and a surprising number of people, Spanish people, would go to the English language one.
Yep.
So they had the choice generally for most movies. which was always handy for an English speaker like myself because we could always go to the movies on holiday.
For Star
But,
Wars, even the sound of okay, there's something that happens when you do the dubbing. You have to alter a bit the audio. So, for instance, the blasters sound a bit higher pitch, or if you see Star Trek, the old series, the translation, the noise that the teleporter does is quite a bit different from the version on
okay.
English. It's only because they have to mix and match the audio, and it changes it.
That's an interesting side effect of dubbing that I would never have thought of. That they actually
Yeah.
change some of the sounds as opposed to just the voices. That's quite curious. You wouldn't think that.
Yeah, man,
That's,
it's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
crazy, but
I've
it
heard about
happens a
that.
lot.
Yeah, I'm back now, so I sent everything out. Yeah, I've heard about that. So yeah.
Yeah. Hello, PJ. Maybe.
Hey PJ, what's up, brother?
So one of the things that I found amusing is that Sean Connery, for instance, known very much for his his voice, one ping only, etc. Of course, if you watch those movies dubbed into French or Spanish or German, you don't know what his accent is because it's not Sean Connery's voice.
Yeah.
His famous, his famous slurring of the certain words was unknown in European countries because they didn't, they never
Yeah.
heard his original voice. So you could make a joke about how he pushed you galore. They wouldn't get it. They'd never heard his
Yeah.
voice, really.
That's the reason why when I watch anime or anything, I watch it in the subtitled version. I don't do the dub. I watch the subtitled version. 'Cause I want to hear
Yes.
their proper voices.
Me too,
You
buddy. I never watch a dubbed into English. I'll always watch the
Oh,
original
yeah,
Spanish or
it was
French or
just
German. Yeah.
yeah, it was something I grew up with because my grandparents they tried to teach me. I didn't know some things, but they always said if you it's easy. It's somewhat easy to learn, but if you want to open your mind and be open to the other cultures, don't be one of these. I like once again, I'm not trashing on anybody that wants to see the other versions, but I think it helps you with the other culture and the English, not English, but the language that it was
Yeah.
originally done in. So
Okay.
you can
Yeah,
actually
that's right.
along the way you can pick up things.
Okay,
Like,
do
even
you
if you watch
wanna
things.
hear what's one of the movies that made me speak English more properly? Let's say
Oh, I want to hear this one. What was it? I haven't
Yeah.
asked you
South
about
Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
that. Dude, that's I went to the movie theater and saw that one.
I love that movie.
I
Yeah,
was there
saw it in a
first day
theater.
it came out. Yeah.
Shut
Yeah.
your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're
Right.
a bastard.
Oh, wait, 70s. We got that Blame Canada song. So.
Blame
Blame
Canada.
Canada, blame Canada.
I even took my. I think my son was old enough to go and see it with me. We absolutely wet ourselves laughing watching that.
Oh yeah, the minute that what was the first one? Was it Uncle Fucker was the first one? Was it the first one?
No,
Because it
the first
started.
one is when Stan is is Stan or is it
No, because
Kyle, the one that
it
is
was
singing at the beginning?
like at the first it started out normal, and then there was at least like 30 people in the theater. Okay.
Yeah.
And I do not know why they went to go like when Beavis and Butthead. I don't know why these people spent money to go, like 30 people spent money to go see South Park when they knew it was gonna be raunchy as hell, just like Beavis and Butthead.
You know what you're
And,
gonna
like,
get. Yeah.
Like 2 minutes in, like a minute or two in, they went full blast.
Yeah.
Like it went from 0 to 100 in like a minute or
Yeah.
so. And
Yeah.
I was sitting there laughing my ass off, and people were walking out of the theater.
Really?
I was the
Jeez.
only person left in the movie theater by the time they were done with the first song. I was like, there's like 30 people in here. Where did they all go? Like,
I don't get it. Why? What did
I
they
didn't
expect?
understand why. And when Beavis and Butthead movie came out, they did the exact same. I don't understand why you know you're gonna get an unrated cut of Beavis and Butthead. So why would you go to like South Park? Why would you go to a movie knowing damn well they're gonna take full advantage of cussing and doing whatever they wanted to?
Yeah.
I never understood that to this day.
Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah,
but I was laughing my ass off the whole time.
Oh,
And then when they
absolutely.
started to blame Canada song, oh dude, I almost fell off my seat onto the floor. I was
a
just
song that I need
dying.
to see more people singing every time something goes wrong on Twitter is "What will Brian Boitano do?"
Oh, I know,
yes.
right?
That's
Hey,
a great
Ashley,
song.
have you ever seen it?
Nope.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
dude, that's one of these movies. Yeah, this is one of these movies. Oh, dude. Okay,
It's-
this is, and I will
It's
say this
another
right
to
now.
add to the list.
I know. Oh, that one's gonna come up then. Okay, yeah. Okay, that one's gonna get put on our list. So, hey,
Yeah.
Ash, on our private thing, put that in there for a minute so we can remind that in our group thing. The ideas.
And you should do Team America too.
Oh yeah.
Latin America
I want to do
is
South Park
excellent.
first because that's one of these ones where we want to be on a live stream to hear Ash.
Yeah.
There's certain ones where I have it already set up but I'm just waiting for some other things like Howard. I'm waiting for certain people.
They even had Robin Williams sang "Blame Canada" at the Oscars that year.
Yeah, I know, and then he got so much shit for it too.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Like, dude, you all saw the movie. You knew. That's what I don't understand, and this has happened with movies over the years. They say this movie's going to be controversial. If you're going to have hurt feelings or you're going to start crying, don't go see this movie.
That's right. Yeah, don't complain about it.
This is the thing. It happened with the Passion of the Christ, and and every other movie, South Park, Beavis and Butthead, all these movies. They warned you. Do not spend your money to go. They literally told you, do not spend your money if you're going to be offended.
Yeah, well, one of the first signs of a progressive takeover of culture is that people lose their sense of humor. Of course. So.
Yeah, and when
but then you go to the theater and you get bombs are flying, people are dying.
Oh yeah, and they do that.
Politicians are lying too. Cancer is killing, then Texas is spilling. The whole world has gone to hell, but how are you? I'm super. Thanks for asking.
Well, it's like was it Team America where the opening song is "Everybody's Got AIDS,"
Oh yeah, and when I went to go see that in a movie theater, once again, there was like at least 15 to 20 people in the audience. By the time that first song was done, by the first, that first. That first part, it cleaned the theater out.
Yeah.
I was in the middle row, like once again, I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was me and my wife and my two kids who were just young teenagers then went to see. We went to see it at the cinema at Universal Studios in Florida because we were staying on site there for 2 weeks, and there was us and about 4 or 5 students, and we were the only people in the theater. And the minute it came on, they turned and looked at us, and we all just laughed our asses off the whole time as a group. They turned, they thought, well, what's that family going to think of this? And we were just pissing ourselves laughing. And they went, oh, that's good. We can do it now.
Did you get that we are talking only about some of the most foulest, eerie movies that you can never see? And we are talking about defending the Lord of the Rings, so we can see really grungy humor, really terrible movies. We can see nudity.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We weren't like I'm not saying because Ash, Ash is younger, but we were, and Pablo, I know you're younger too, but me in 70s, we grew up through all this stuff. 70s is much older. You're older than me for like 10, 15 years.
I'm in my latter 50s.
Oh, wait, you're closer to my age. Okay, so you're about.
I'm getting on a bit. Yeah,
you're like maybe 10 years older than I am.
Yeah, I'm potentially the oldest person on the internet.
Yes, no. That is actually. I think that would be retro. But
I'm
we
pretty
love
sure
you, retro.
Shellback's a year ahead of me, but
Yeah,
you know.
Shell. Yeah, and then so yeah, we all, me and you both, we've been there since the start.
Been through it
Almost.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been through it all. So whenever, like, because I saw The Exorcist in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got, I got to see all these movies that were controversial, and all this stuff, because my mom, she would have been a bad mother most of the time, but sometimes, and I will say that because I had a bad, but sometimes, every once in a while, she would be the coolest mother on the face of the earth, and be like, let me do stuff that, other kids
What?
were like,
Yeah,
come on,
you
I
were
want to go,
not supposed to do.
yeah, that we weren't supposed to do. I told this story before, and I think I know you've been there a couple of times, Pablo, and I think you've been there like once. When I was younger, the weekend that I think Life Force and Nightmare on Elm Street came out the same week. Okay, and they had, okay, like I tell you this the story that my mom took me to see a triple feature. Okay, when my dad, he was off, so he just slept in the movie theater. Like, he didn't give a shit, he just slept. Like
Science
he literally
fiction, double
slept through
feature.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Life Force, and Saturday the 14th. Literally. and I'm over here, my mom's over here. We were, and like Nightmare on Elm Street, we're gonna be doing that, but I gotta get we got to get some other people around. I want Ash to see that one. Like, that's
So
another.
So I've got a terrible admission to make. I fell asleep during all 3 of the Star Wars prequels.
It's okay.
I will be
How
honest.
dare
I
you.
fell asleep at the the romance part in the second movie in Clone
Yeah.
Wars where
Yeah, it's terrible.
I fell asleep at that part, but then
Yeah.
once the action picked up, I woke up.
I'm sure I had
Yeah.
a few minutes of nap around about that point.
Yeah, because there's that one part where you're like, oh, Anakin. I was like, and I'm over here thinking in my head, she been grooming him. Like,
Yep.
literally, he
Totally.
was a kid. He was a kid, and I will say this, to my dad. She groomed him. There
Have
was
you
a
seen?
huge
Okay, there's a sketch from Robot Chicken where
Yeah.
she is, no, Annie, we can't, and then she starts stripping and everything.
Yeah, and she's
That's
like,
what's
and
going
then okay, so we go from the first movie where he's a cute little kid to the second movie where Anakin's confessing his undying love, and then they're trying to get together, to the third one where he actually knocks her up in the second and she becomes pregnant in the third. And I was just like, what the fuck is with this timeline? This doesn't make sense. And I've even said that, but like literally it doesn't look good. Like I didn't think about that till later on. I was like, okay, that's kind of
You know
messed
what
up.
we needed in Clone Wars? We needed
Yeah.
a full scene with Anakin banging Padme. So we will see, okay. And the second time, that's Leia. First
So
time,
we were just like,
look.
I was just like, wait a second. I didn't catch on until the second movie. I was like, wait a second here. I was like, okay. I was like, wait a minute. He was a kid in the first one, and he was like 10. Wasn't he like? He was like maybe. Wasn't he like 6?
Supposed to be 5 or
7?
6.
No, he was,
6.
okay, he was 9 years old and Padme was 14 years old.
Yeah. So okay, didn't they go into like an 8-year jump or something?
They did.
Wasn't
But
it
it
like
was-
an
Yep.
8-year jump?
But it's
So he's
somewhat creepy.
she
yes.
would have been legal, but he would have been illegal.
Let's
I do
say
remember.
that
I do
let's say
remember
that
thinking
Padme
that.
Think
is,
about that.
Yeah.
let's say that Padme is a cradle rocker.
She was.
Yep.
But I remember
I
at
ain't
the
gonna
time
lie,
talking about
because
that.
I've been
talked about that.
I've been a legal cradle rocker because I'm older now, and like, okay, so I'm legal. Y'all like brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, if you ever get with somebody you think they're younger, make sure you find out their age before you do anything.
Dude, I
Yes.
fell for that on Tinder. That's why I
Yeah.
left Tinder for good. I fell
Yeah.
for a girl that was supposed to be 21 years old.
Oh yeah.
She was 17, and I was like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah.
Mm.
Do
Like,
you want
oh,
me on
and this is the reason why I say this. Do not go on to TikTok, because if one of them
Nope.
starts talking to you, that's a honeypot trap right there,
Yes.
Okay.
brothers.
Yes.
Do not
We
go on there.
Yeah, we
So-
kind of need to talk about the rules of the internet, because the rules of the
Yeah.
internet are the way you will be saved.
Uh-huh.
And this is something that was created for 4chan, man.
Yeah.
An OG 4chan at that. So
Yeah, and you knew I was around during him, Pablo, so you know I know.
yeah.
So
So we
you know,
kind of
my
knew
advice,
what was.
my advice would be always go for older women. Then
yeah,
you're
that's what I
safe.
was saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pablo. What are you gonna say?
Sorry.
No, man, this is old school internet, but this is really, really important for the youth
Yeah.
of today's to understand. People actually made the rules of the internet to try to protect you from stupid. Okay?
Mhm.
1. Do not talk about. 2. Do not talk about.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
We are anonymous. 4. Anonymous is legion. 5. Anonymous
Yeah.
never forgives. 6. Anonymous can be horrible, senseless, uncaring monster. 7. Anonymous are not. Anonymous is still able to deliver. 8. There are not real rules about posting. 9. There are no real rules about moderation either. That is important in every single web page ever. Okay, there's no rules about moderation. The mods get the orders from the owner. The owner doesn't have any law that tells him you need to enforce this, and that.
Yeah.
Is completely how the owner of the service wants. So, for instance, what Twitter is doing, that's their prerogative. Is wrong? Yes.
Twitter is literally following
Is 4chan.
half of these
Twitter
rules.
is 4chan for these days.
Yeah, they're literally following half of these rules.
Is baby speak 4chan.
Yeah.
Okay, 10. If you enjoy any rival sites, don't. That's important.
Yeah.
11. All your carefully picked arguments can be easily ignored. These, as I said, these are for the internet in general,
Yeah.
not only
This
for.
one they use. Number 12 is the one they use. Everybody uses this one.
Anything
not
you
everybody.
say can and will be used against you.
Yeah.
That,
And they even say, okay, Pablo, I will say this, even when they read your Miranda rights here in the United States, that line is when you get arrested. Anything you say can and will, that is literally in our
can and will
Miranda
be
rights.
used against you.
Yeah, it's in our
the
Miranda
court
when
of
you
law.
get arrested
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
if you don't want to get, shut your mouth. Don't
And
say
the third
anything.
thing is equally as important. Anything you say can be turned into something else.
That's fixed.
Yeah.
I think that's funny. There's some funny ones in here.
Yep. 14. Do not argue with trolls. It means they win.
Yeah.
And that's what the OneRing.net did, was literally beg the trolls to win.
But then
Well, I wanna say
created
this.
trolls. They created their own trolls by saying
Yeah, they
stupid
did. I
things.
want to say something because Ash hasn't. Ashley, have you ever been on the original 4chan and any of that stuff?
I've never been on 4chan.
Okay,
at
so
all.
Pablo, can you? I know you can do this better than I. Can you explain this? Do you understand these, Ash? Or
half of the rules I have questions about. I don't know what some of them mean.
So Pablo, I want so he can understand so he can understand it from our point of view.
Okay.
Those first two where it says don't talk about, then it was like that thing. I don't know what that means.
Okay,
explain it to him because I want him to understand.
4chan is an open forum, but is divided in different categories. The categories are different parts of 4chan, and they are independent from each other. So you have a slash b that is random. There you can post whatever you want with the legal exceptions, but most people try to avoid the legal exceptions and others
Yeah.
don't. Okay.
I think I would probably even
Then
go
you have
further than that and say 4chan is an supposedly an image-based forum that you post images on
yeah,
and then comment
Well,
about them,
it's very much
yeah,
both.
but
which is
that's
an
that
important bit.
that goes into another beast there, though, brother.
Yes,
That
and then
that
and
goes
it's
into a whole nother beast.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it's originally based upon the Japanese
Mhm.
8chan.
board. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Because
so
I don't know. Me and Pablo were talking the other day. What was it, about 2-3 weeks ago? And I found out he was on there and I was on there at the beginning.
mhm.
We're
Yeah.
like, oh,
I
so,
may have
and we
spent
were,
some time on there in the
yeah,
past.
yeah. I like, I ain't gonna lie. I've spent some time in some places,
Okay,
and I
before
know a
social
little bit about
networks,
things.
when there was
So,
no social networks,
yeah,
4chan was amazing because
yeah,
there
Oh,
it
was a
brilliant!
place
was.
where you
But it was
could actually
before the,
interact.
and Ash, I mean, Pablo, but this was before the wars on there. When the wars happened, it all went
Yeah,
to shit.
especially the when you saw the Boxy Wars and you saw what were they fighting about, you
Yeah,
knew that
it all
everything
went to
was lost.
shit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but okay, so these rules exist because there was a lot of people complaining about the shit that was going on because
yeah,
there was people like me that will go to Omegle and act as a 15-year-old girl, and I will get into an intimate conversation with the guy on Omegle, ask him for his mail to send nudes, quote unquote, and I will get through that email where he works, everything about his life, his wife, and
yeah.
I will set the conversation to his wife. That's something
Mm-hmm.
that I used to do, and that's why then thereafter I went to a politician campaign. And I worked there doing social content because I knew how to fake my identity on different
Yeah.
networks. And recently we had something about that on the community. You found out a
Mm-hmm.
rule, an
Like what Lethal
obvious
said
rule.
this morning. Yeah, Pixie.
Yeah, there's no women on the internet.
That's
There's
why.
not kids in the internet.
That's why.
Always, and yeah, always think, and I hate to say this, but this is one of the original rules, and you know this,
Yeah,
Pablo. Always think that the women on the other end is a man.
And
yes.
Always
every
think that.
kid
So
is an FBI agent.
Yeah,
and 31,
or somebody from the
31
government
is the
trying to
rule.
bust your ass.
Yep.
Number 31 is the rule
Yeah.
there. I say that on
Yeah.
streams. I say there's no women on
Yeah,
the internet,
actually,
and you can tell by the reaction
didn't
who's
we say that
4chan.
on didn't we say that on we say that every week on Foul
Yeah,
Balls
I
channel, on
say
Matt's
it.
channel. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
we say, me and you say that every week on Matt's
that's right.
channel
And sometimes
on
people get it,
every
and others
Friday.
have no
Yeah.
idea what we're talking about. Yeah, there are
Yeah,
no
and then
women on the
people are
internet.
like, "What are you guys saying?" We're like,
There's no women on
Is
the internet.
is this
Or
28? Always question a person's gender just in case it's really a man.
yeah, if they
Mm-hmm.
claim they're a
Yep.
woman,
29.
always question it.
Yeah,
Yep.
in the internet, all girls are men and all kids are undercover
Hmm.
FBI
Mm-hmm.
agents. Okay, why is this? Because people like me used to troll people like that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
when I was younger, I used to do that. I was an
yeah.
asshole, literally, when the internet
Oh,
was got. Oh, dude, I would go, and here's another thing. There used to be these places called fight rooms. I don't. Pablo, I don't know if you ever went to these places where people just throw down your mama jokes and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Fight rooms were bloody awesome until they knocked it up to the next level and they started doing prank calls live in fight rooms. Okay, to businesses and everything else.
You know how
Okay.
Anonymous started?
Yeah,
Okay,
it
a lot
was
of people
literally
was
through shit that we've done, and then it got knocked. They kept knocking it up.
no, okay,
They,
this is what really happened. There was a lot of people bored one day on 4chan, and
yeah,
Anonymous is only the name that appears if you don't say it or if you don't
yeah,
get your nickname there. So most people are anonymous there.
mm-hmm,
Okay,
yeah,
they were bored, and someone make a joke about Scientology. And they started, let's write Scientology, and they decided to actually go real life to the front of the Scientology church with masks, with masks. And
Yeah.
since we were using the Epic File guide for everything at that time, because memes, stick figures memes, was just
Yeah.
barely
I used to
beginning on
use
the
stick
internet.
figure memes all the time
Yeah.
too. So
So they decide this, and the next week they are all out in front of the Scientology church, and the Scientology people are trying to film them. They are masked, so they can't. And when people went back to the forum, they were like, this actually happened, and it was fine, and it was nice. And there was, people like me that were teenagers fucking around. There
yeah.
were also housewives that were in home, that they needed something to do, and they used to go to 4chan. Everybody used to go to 4chan at that time.
Oh yeah.
That's how it was born. And then people started to say, can we hack this? Well, we have several people that has technical knowledge and everything, and that diverged into Anonymous, as they call it today. But the
Yeah.
Anonymous that they do today is not Anonymous, really. It
Oh
was a
no, no.
joke.
It's a more watered. How would you? I wouldn't say watered
Yeah,
down, but
and
it's
since it was a joke,
yeah.
we didn't take really as important what we were doing. So we will go and do some really stupid things. Like there was the Arab Spring, es-
Yeah.
and it was a lot of riots, and everybody was on fire and everything. And we actually took down the firewall and allowed people access to the internet normally on one of the
Yeah.
countries. It was
Yeah.
when Egypt was going really crazy and they were censoring everything. We actually took down that, but
Yeah.
everything came to be kind of serious when the WikiLeaks happened, because we were
Yeah.
actually.
There's always that one person that has to take it that extra mile, then everybody notices,
Yeah, but
and then that's when the shit goes down.
this is what
Yeah.
happened. Okay,
Yeah.
they decide from American Express, from
Yeah.
Visa, from Mastercard, that they will block transactions to the account of WikiLeaks to
Yeah.
avoid any legal repercussion. Yada yada yada. So we
Yeah.
get really mad, and this is going already on the IRC channel, so this is not
Uh-huh.
going on this but on the IRC channel. And we start like, we can take down Visa and Mastercard easily. They start doing that. Visa and Mastercard file immediately. American
I
Express,
remember that. I
yeah,
remember that.
Express,
One of my friends were telling me. I was like, "Did you hear what they did?" I was like, "What did they do
yeah,
now?"
we were using
Because I
the
was
friendship
like,
canon.
"Yeah, I was on IRC, but I had different names on there than I'd have now." But
Yeah, me too.
man, I've had several different names over the years, so nobody actually knows what my real name was at the time because I changed it every now and then on purpose.
Yep.
You always like back then. You always change your name, like, and
Oh
every
yeah.
once in a while you like
You
I do
just
that,
change
but
the identity.
yeah, but yeah.
Oh, by the
I
way,
think
T-shirt that historian said something in the chat. Pablo, if you love Lord of the Rings, you desperately need to look at the German metal band called Blind Guardian. Are you serious? I love Blind Guardian,
yeah.
but I'm a metalhead. That was kind of
What 70s? What's that book that you put in a private chat?
So it was just it's just a book. I wondered if any of you guys had ever read. I've never read it, and I was curious
No.
if it.
Okay.
Is it just a fan thing, or did it actually come out?
no. I think it's a fun thing.
But I want to see the Ash. Do you see the do you see Rule 34? That's real
Yep.
Rule 34 came from right there.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is the source of
Yeah.
Rule 34. There's
Yeah,
porn
and
of it, no
34,
exceptions.
35, and 36 are true as hell. Those are three very true statements.
Oh, I know
34,
about
35, and
36.
36.
Oh, I
This-
know
Oh
about
yeah.
36.
Yeah. Okay, so I
Oh.
already let Ash dip into 36. Like
Yeah.
I did,
So
I've dipped into 36
Yeah.
already. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rule
There,
46, Jesus.
36 is actually true because there will always be more
Yes.
fucked up shit than
Yeah.
what you just saw. Like I've seen
exactly.
some
Oh,
really
yeah.
fucked up shit, and I'm like, okay, that cannot top that.
Basically, if you just
Yeah,
use your
I've seen
imagination for the
some.
darkest shit, it will probably exist
Yeah.
somewhere on the internet.
Yeah, so this is where all these Rule 34 and all these other stuff. 35 is true. If there's no porn found at the moment, it will be made. Completely true.
Yep. Do you
Okay.
remember that lady from the Russia government on? It was Chechnya or it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but the lady is gorgeous. So the internet made her an anime star and then a porn star, a hentai star.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
The Wheel of Time is awesome, dude. So
Yeah, man. PJ says
PJ,
that
yeah.
I should watch the books, The Wheel of Time, and I will, man. I will.
Yeah, I actually have a copy of those. So
Nice. Okay, this is my point about the rules of the internet. And this
Yeah.
is something that is failing in our community and in the OneRing.net and everywhere else. People don't understand that the internet is not something new. This iteration of the internet is called, we are getting into Internet 3.0. Internet 1.0 means that technicians can generate content and people can access that content. That was the old school internet.
Yeah,
2.0
that was.
was when Twitter became a thing and Facebook became a thing. That people can actually
Well,
curate.
I would actually have to say when MySpace.
Yeah, when
I would
also
have to argue
WordPress and
2.0 is
Drupal
when
and
MySpace came around.
Well, I think the general premise of 2.0 is that other people could create their own content as opposed
exactly.
to just
People
internet
generate
technicians.
content. Okay.
Yeah.
But Web 3.0 is the important thing because it means that people is the content.
Yeah.
Okay, and that transition already happened. You just didn't get the notice that this was going on, but you are the content. When you go to Twitter and you create a post, that is the content for Twitter. That is the pool that Twitter has to make people go there. That
So it's
other
like with
people
YouTube, when you make your own videos of yourself doing like vloggers and stuff like that, they are the content.
Exactly. You become the content.
Yeah.
And this is something that is happening right now.
So would there be an internet 4.0?
Wait, that 70s rock fan, man, you have to drop out.
Sorry, guys, I gotta drop out because I have to go and pretend to be a 17-year-old girl somewhere. So,
Hey, if you have time, come over to T-shirt in a bit, okay?
If I do get the chance, I will, my friend. Later, yes, for sure.
If not, remember you're invited to the stream tomorrow, okay?
Oh,
it will
for
be
sure,
11. It will be 11 a.m. my time.
Arizona time.
So yeah, it's the joke.
So,
it's a stream. So it'll be 7 o'clock UK time. Oh shit,
Pacific
you're not
time.
UK.
I'm
You're
Pacific,
oh yeah, you're the same time as me. I keep forgetting.
not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
But yeah,
So-
I mean, in real life, is I'm struggling with
Wait, no.
IRL.
Pacific is an hour before.
We're
me.
an hour behind you, aren't we?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
because Raquel's where you're at, and
Yeah.
so so
I will do my best, buddy, at all times.
Okay, I will send you a link and stuff tomorrow. We don't know. I'm still waiting on like 2 people. So we may have to pull something out of our ass at the last minute. So I'm still waiting on 2 people.
Yeah.
They haven't got back to me yet.
I could
That's the reason why we have a question mark on the thing for this
Yeah,
week.
I was looking at the channel and I saw that. I was like, what the heck is going on?
I'm still waiting, and we may have to do a total reverse. by
Could
tonight.
could be like
Yeah.
Cartman and pull an anal probe out of my ass, but you know.
Hey guys, seriously, did you know that feeling when you you ever have a poop go right back up your ass?
Wait, what?
Right. Okay, guys, it's been a pleasure, and I will talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Brian,
Take care.
See you
hermano,
later,
see you
brother.
soon.
Take care, guys. See ya. Bye.
Yeah.
So, Pablo, would there be an Internet 4.0? And what would it be if there was?
That's kind of what they were trying to do with 2.5.
Okay, T-shirt, we will,
that was
brother.
the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things means that your appliances, your TV, your
I
toaster,
know. I know what the Internet of Things is because I used to
Okay.
work on that on my last job.
that was supposed to be part of Web 4.0 because your whole life it becomes digital. But that's theoretical. The one that
But
we are living right
Pablo,
now
it's
is
already. I would say it's edging towards 4.0 right now, as it is.
Well, the thing is,
there's-
the thing
It's
is with 4.0,
edging. Yeah.
the thing is with 4.0, when you're talking about like appliances and equipment being linked to the cloud, that's more in terms of the industrial revolutions. So when you think in industry 4.0, that's
Yeah.
when you link your machines to the cloud and you have your cloud looking at that. That's industry 5.0 would be the AI controlling the machines
Yeah,
without the
exactly.
human input.
Yeah.
And I know that because I used to do I did a bit of work like helping connect machines up to enable a fully working SMT line to be Industry 4.0 compatible
Yeah.
on legacy kit.
Yeah. And T-shirt, the historian, is going to set up
Yeah.
his stream. Man,
Yeah. Are you going to go over there with us today?
no, I have to work a bit. I'm migrating a web page, but
Okay.
it's a cluster.
Well, just come over there and listen to it in the background.
Yeah, I will, man.
So much to talk about, too little time.
Yeah. But okay, this is my point about all this. Right now, we are the content. Right now, we are what they sell. If you see the information that marketing companies do, they actually say this amount of people are interacting, this is the way they are interacting, and at one point they started to avoid saying how we are interacting, only that we are interacting. So if you say something bad about, let's say, Star Wars, is an interaction for Star Wars. It doesn't care if you are saying something good or bad. It means that is in the discourse. So that is supposed to be good, quote unquote, gigantic quotation marks there. This idea is based on something that we have been seeing on video games and in other things a lot.
For a long time, actually, in movies and TV shows.
Let me see if you have heard this before. Services as a product.
Yeah, I have heard that
Yes.
before.
Okay. That means, and that was what was on that article, that one day you will own nothing and you will be happy. That is something that came out from the tech side, and that's something that came from a study made by EA and other partners about monetization. Yeah, because people like to
those douchebags over there.
That's what digital games are right now. They're basically you don't own those games. You basically own
Actually,
licenses to play.
if you have them on disc, you do. So.
Exactly.
But trying to explain this to people is kind of difficult if they are not gamers, because they will not understand that everything on the internet is a service. You don't buy, for instance, your VPN, okay? You pay for using the VPN on long term.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everything is a service, but the service can change because it's not tied to any kind of legal ramification if they do. For example, Google used to give you unlimited storage on images, and they
did you see what they just did yesterday, or was it a few days ago? They stopped
everybody out.
They yanked everything and said, "Fuck you guys, you ain't getting shit no more."
Yep,
they're done.
Well, that is part of this. When what you use to hold your information is part of a service. If that service goes down, your information goes down. So
That's the reason why I tell people back your shit up, get physical media.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Local
Do
media
anything
is
you can to get physical media and back everything up if you can.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
at one point it's gonna happen. But here's the thing, Pablo, and I'm gonna say this. There's gonna be a point, it comes to a certain point when there already is sort of this, but it's even gonna be intensified the more they push this narrative. There's gonna be a even huger black market for stuff like this.
PJ, you say the Truman Channel. If you see OnlyFans, that's the
Yeah.
Truman Channel.
Yeah.
And I mean it. There's
And
people
Twitch can be the Truman Channel
Yeah.
too. Because
There's
people do
people-
sleep streams and everything else on there.
Exactly. They are living there and they are making everything around they being the product. They are the product. What OnlyFans sells you is the ladies on OnlyFans, not the service as a whole.
Yeah. I would say
So-
Twitch would be more like the Truman Channel than OnlyFans would be.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know,
Well, to be honest, come to think of it, if you buy crypto off an exchange, that exchange technically owns your crypto until you put it onto a hard wallet, because that exchange could technically block your access to your account for any reason whatsoever.
yeah,
It can.
that's the reason why you need I need to
Hard
preach this,
wallets,
and I know
yeah.
Pablo, you'll preach this too. If you buy any currency, do not let it sit there. Put it into a place where you have it. Do not
Exactly.
screw around with that. You'll need it.
Depends. It depends on the amount, because let's say you have one whole Bitcoin, you're more likely to be targeted for that to be stolen. If you have then let's say 3% of a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like yes, you still could be targeted, but there's a less chance of that happening.
I know somebody that got targeted for 5,000 Dogecoins. Seriously.
Ooh.
Well,
not
that's because
joking.
that's the hottest craze right now. When the next hottest craze comes, the popularity for Dogecoin is going to go down, and then it's going to be
but
that.
Dogecoins aren't even. Pablo, put that up. And Dogecoins aren't even like making any. They're.
They did drop recently. I was having a look at it the other day, but the only reason it's in popularity is because of big names like Elon Musk that are talking about it. Everyone's like,
and I will say this: Elon
Yeah.
plays the market in everything else. He's the person that makes or breaks things now.
Yeah.
So.
He is.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
me
scary.
and Papa are like, dude, if we could ever get him on a channel together, oh,
Yeah.
me and you would go to town, wouldn't we? That would be some interview to be. I honestly, I don't think we could have that one on YouTube. We would have to go somewhere else. We could not freely do an interview with Elon
Oh
on
no,
YouTube.
there's things that I have been skipping in this stream because I cannot tell them.
Yeah,
those
and
kind of...
you know the reason why me and Pablo were kind of careful. Like we could talk about this stuff, but we have to word things in a certain way and everything. So
yeah. But
so
the thing is with Elon Musk. I suppose it's not just Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk is mainly in the limelight because he's the hottest celebrity right now of our time. Because SpaceX, Tesla, he recently became a billionaire and like one of the richest billionaires. Or basically everything he supports, he has such a fan base that people will support it without question. I mean, it's the same. The same can be said for celebrities in general. If celebrities have a big enough following, a celebrity can endorse a product. People will buy that product just because they love their respective celebrity, and that can flip the market on its head. I personally don't think anyone should have that much power, but then again, everyone has a right to their own opinion. If Elon Musk genuinely likes Dogecoin for the meme value, then he should be allowed to express that. But I think it sucks that he literally has the power to make a tweet and flip the market on its head.
So let's say, for instance, Ethereum, okay?
that's
let's
super
see how
expensive
the
to get
market
that.
is going right now. Okay, is not the
But
healthiest
that's
after the fall, but is healthy enough.
I would
okay?
say when
hang on.
because
That's an Ethereum to Bitcoin forex pair.
yeah,
Yep.
but I'm going to tell you that Ethereum's going to bounce back double what it was.
It will.
Yeah, it will. It's gonna. Dude, if I could buy Ethereum, right now I
This
could. But
is the fall. Okay, this is the
yeah,
fall.
it's too
So is
expensive.
trying to get back, but is not
Yeah.
there yet. But things like
do you know
Dogecoin.
what's? Do you want me to tell you what sucks so bad? I at one point I had one whole Ethereum back when the price was like £100 for one Ethereum, and I had to sell it because I was in
Yeah.
a tight spot and I needed the money at the time. And then like about a month after, the price just shot up and kept going. I was like, "Fuck!"
Dude, yeah, dude.
Man,
You
that
know,
sucks.
Ash, you would have been set, brother. You
Same
know
same
that,
thing with Ripple. I used to have like 2K Ripple, and then I had to sell off half of that because one, I needed the money, and two, the whole shit with Ripple was going on with the $1 billion lawsuit, and it was being no longer being supported on other chains. I was like, shit, how am I going to liquidate this if I need to in the future? So I sold off half of it, and then the Ripple price shot up. I still got 1K Ripple,
Ye-
but I'm just going to hold that for ages because I know that Ripple is going to reach a couple of dollars per coin. So I know that.
yeah.
I mean, I have a few other cryptos. I've dabbled in, I've looked at, observed the crypto markets, and for a good number of years. So I kind of know what I'm doing, but then again, does everyone really fully know what they're doing? Because there's
Oh
always more
no,
stuff to
because
learn.
you don't know. It could turn on a dime.
But yeah,
Literally don't know.
the thing is though, one thing I learned when learning forex trading was that when to correctly predict the markets, you have to analyze the trends and patterns of history of what it's
Yeah.
done, but also you need to observe the real world events and new stories and current things going on,
That
because
is
that
how
also
Elon
influences.
is such a
Exactly, that's how
master.
Elon is doing it. Because
He's such a
let's say
master at doing
tomorrow,
that.
let's say
Yeah.
tomorrow, let's there's that meme coin. He goes, "Oh, meme coin to the moon." With one tweet, he will probably double, triple, or even quadruple the value of meme coin.
And you know
With
what
one
he
tweet.
was doing? And I will say this publicly. You know what he was doing when he went on Saturday Night Live, right? And he said what he said.
Yeah.
He did that on purpose.
I
And
didn't
he did.
watch
He
it. What did
wanted
he
to
say?
Yeah,
get
it was
money.
purposely did on purpose.
I
And
don't know. What did he say?
People were like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "No," I was like, "You do know what he's doing, right? He did that on purpose. Like
He boosted a coin, man. He boosted a coin.
he's manipulating the market with his hands, literally.
Yep.
Like, and I gotta say, he's a smart motherfucker for doing that. Everybody's like, he turned on. I was like, no. Like seriously, if I could, like, even Dogecoin's too expensive for me now. Like,
I mean, you could
I-
buy a bit. I mean, they're like what 20 cents a coin now, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, also you can generate some
You can mine
Bitcoin.
Dogecoin as well,
Yep.
but it's a very
Right.
convoluted process.
Yeah, but dude, you know I don't got a computer, so yeah, you can't do it on a. If you can mine coins on a tablet or a phone, dude,
Yep,
I'd be
you can.
doing that already.
It will be a slow return, but you can.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
I've looked into that. It's such a slow return. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
it is.
1,000 Satoshi per minute or something like that. And a Satoshi is like 1/1000th of a Bitcoin or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
so
ridiculous.
it's no, you lose more than you gain.
Oh
so-
yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's loads of different coins out there, but it all depends on market fluctuation, popularity of the coin. A lot of like hundreds of coins are created and die out within weeks of creation, because of lack of popularity. I mean, every now and then you'll get one come along. I mean, loads of different coins do different things. So like, you'll have on Coinbase, it will list different coins, and you can learn about what all the coins do. And like, there's this one coin that supports a blockchain that's used for security of file transfer. So basically, your files are transferred with a system that's backed by the blockchain. So no one can get in, and it's really interesting when you look into it. I mean, like take Odyssey for example. Their payment system is backed by blockchain. They use the library coin.
Yeah. I
Library
got
token.
some of, actually, I
Yeah.
have legit some of that because our channel, Pablo, I got our channel put up on Odyssey. And for
Nice. By the way, I
every
just bought using
Yeah.
the money that I had on Bitcoin. I haven't spent a single time. This is something that I have been mining
Yeah.
just drop by drop using
Hmm.
idle services. Right now I have 10.53 Dogecoins. If that
Nice.
grows, I will be happy. If that goes the way of the
The way of the meme.
Ethereum,
How much did you put into the Doge? How much did you get?
okay, on Doge, I will be having right now around. I don't see the translation to $2. Damn it.
How many
Two-
Dogecoin have you got?
Yeah.
10.53.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, Ash will figure that. Ash is
10.53
pretty good at that
times
shit.
by let's say on let's say for argument's sake each Dogecoin is worth 20 cents. So that's about $2.10 of Dogecoin. How long did it take you to mine that?
No, I will hold that to the end of time, man.
No, how long did it take you to mine that? To mine the 10
Um,
Dogecoin?
it was mined as Bitcoin, so I mined that was like
Oh,
20.
okay. So
Yeah,
you mined it as Bitcoin and then converted it into
yeah,
Dogecoin.
yeah.
Ah,
Exactly.
okay. I see.
That's
I see your
actually
point now.
smart though.
Well,
So-
it
Yeah,
is,
because you can mine
and
using the
it isn't.
processor.
It is and it isn't because with Bitcoin, the algorithms are very strenuous on your hardware. And eventually, eventually in 4 years' time, when we have the next halving, the algorithm, your return on Bitcoin will half. Well, not
Yeah,
not
it
half essentially.
halves. It halves every generation.
And that's
the
how
new cards come out.
and that's how the Bitcoin blockchain self-regulates its own price, and that's why Bitcoin keeps going up about half a year to a year after each halving. It shoots up in price, and Bitcoin right now has dipped a lot, but
Yeah.
if you have the money, now's the perfect time to buy because we're in such a drastic pullback. The market is going to skyrocket, especially after every halving. The halving is like almost a guaranteed market signal that there will, after that point, there will be a jump in the price.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just
But I
like
like Dogecoin better.
I'm deciding. I don't know, Pablo. Would it be worth like invested $10-$20 of just get that? Would you get full Bitcoins? Because it's something I've been wanting to do, but I keep backing in my mind. I'm like, you need to do it
Well,
sooner.
one full Bitcoin is £25,000 at the moment. So that's
No,
gonna be
I'm
a lot
talking
more in
about. I
dollars.
was thinking about Doge.
Dogecoin.
So, yeah.
Well, like I said, hang on. Let me check the price of a Dogecoin.
Mhm.
Okay, I just transformed my Ethereum on the same service to Dogecoin. I have 47 Dogecoin now.
Nice.
And I will
But what service are you using?
nice hash.
I use that as well. I use that
So
to mine Bitcoin as well.
yeah, I just use it to mine small bits, and that
Yeah.
47 Dogecoins, I will hold them. I will keep them. If one day maybe,
Nice Hash supports Dogecoin now.
yeah, it does.
Oh,
You
shoot.
need to transfer Bitcoin, but you can actually buy Dogecoin directly.
Oh, nice. That's awesome because I used what was it, Binance to convert, because I'd mined Bitcoin with I used NiceHash to mine Bitcoin and I'd transferred it to Binance because NiceHash didn't support Doge yet, and now I have like 25 Doge. I don't
Like,
even know how much Doge.
flat out,
I've got
how
a bunch
much?
of Doge. in an Exodus
So
wallet.
how much money does it take to get one full Dogecoin?
$1?
$1?
No, less.
No,
25 cents.
it's not a dollar yet.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
why I keep going. I need to do it before it hits $1, and I'm gonna be like one of these people that should have bought the Apple or the Google stock or AT&T.
Dogecoin price is 36 cents at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
well,
I
it was
will
higher than
hold.
that, so it's gone down.
I will hold this Dogecoin until it is at least $100 each.
Yeah,
You're gonna be here a long time.
Exactly. So this is not.
Humans will be in the sky city of Jupiter. Sorry, not
yeah,
Jupiter.
dude, we'll be dead by the time
Venus
that
by the
happens.
time Dogecoin hits $100.
Let's
But
hope, man.
Elon could do something to pump the price up or something too. You never
No,
know.
it will reach like $5 at best, and then
But the
it
thing
will
is, with
disappear.
Dogecoin, there's no market cap.
No, there's
Yeah,
not.
that's true. No,
So
there isn't.
so you could basically just mine an infinite amount of Dogecoin, in
Yep.
theory. That's why the other coins are more stable, because they have market cap. Once you've mined all the coins on that the blockchain can give you, that's it. They will only be tradable assets as currencies. Like Ripple, for example, the only reason that drops in value every now and then is because the creators, with the escrow wallet, they dump millions of Ripple into the market periodically. But there is a market cap on Ripple. It's the amount of coins circulating is much more than Bitcoin, but it will eventually hit its market cap, let's say in like 40, 50 years time or something like that.
Yeah, this is
But
the thing.
Ripple's going to keep going in price.
The amount of money that I have mined, well, it was almost before the fall. It was almost at $50. But you actually
Nice.
have to move a lot of more money between accounts to be able, because NiceHash will block you if you are trying to move too low of I don't
Yeah,
know how to say.
yeah,
Yeah,
and there's a minimum amount that before
exactly.
you
So
can cash in your
why
Bitcoin.
I'm going to Dogecoin is the most volatile. So if it gets an spike, I maybe be able to buy that back as Bitcoin or as Ethereum, so I can actually transfer it to Binance or any other service and make it money. Because the issue is that I am really behind the amount that you should properly transfer. But if I play my cards nicely, I may get there sometime soon. So I only want to get this money transferred in one way or another. To get that,
Yeah.
after I get that, I don't really care, because it's only Dogecoin and it was mined in the most stupid way possible using my CPU, because my GPU is almost dead at this point. Is dying in the worst possible way. So I just want to help this, see what happens, and if it goes the way of the dodo, it is what it is,
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
the money that you invest on Dogecoin or in Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything is the money that you will use normally for whores or hookers or however you want to call them, or bulls or wheat, or is buys money. It's money that you don't really need, that you won't really miss.
Yeah.
Or you can mine using a CPU, like an ASCII.
Well, I did try that. I used both my CPU and my GPU to mine Bitcoin, um, but I have a solid rig, so I was able to do that. I mean, I made a fair bit mining it, but the thing is, the reason I stopped mining is because mining can in my I don't know about how your guys' countries are, but in my country, Bitcoin mining is classed as income, so it would be taxed as income.
Ooh.
So you'd have to file your own taxes and file your
Yeah, I get
yeah.
where you are going.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm now just an investor. So I buy and hold for long term, and the thing is, you're taxed on capital gains, but you have like um you have like a free amount every year, or you have a free pot of £12,500.
Mm-hmm.
You cash in every year, um, but if you cash in more than 12,500, you have to pay tax on top of that as capital gains tax,
Oh.
and that's only on profits. So let's say you put 20k in, and the value rises to 31k, and you sell it. You don't have to pay any tax because 20k is the money you put in, and the profits is 11k. So your capital gains would be 11k, so you wouldn't have to pay tax on it.
Yeah.
I get you now.
But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that shit is difficult to navigate through that. I have
all the
$17.
taxes and the laws and stuff, it's fucking messed up.
Yeah, I have $17 on Dogecoin. If they want to tax me, I can give you the $17 on Dogecoin. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a point, and my country is trying to get there, but they are still trying to catch up. And I hope they really mess that up. They don't catch up, and we can actually generate some money. But if not, at least I have $17.
Yeah. Yeah, and plus, if they're like, if someone knocks on my door and be like, "Pay up," I'm just like, "Yeah, sure, take it," because like I've invested enough to have enough profits to be able to offset that.
Yeah. So I was just wondering because I know some of that stuff ain't worth it, but I was just wondering if it was worth it to do it. So.
Yeah, and TC says that he ate half a watermelon.
Yeah, I know,
You know,
right?
that's better than having $17 on Dogecoin. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Watermelon's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, they used to out here. My grandfather used to grow them out here where I live in his garden and stuff, and then would actually go out. We would actually go out to a farmer's market too and get them out there because out
Oh,
here
nice.
in Arizona where we're at, we had farmers markets galore. You could just get whatever you want, basically, which is a nice thing. So, yeah.
Man, and that's what I love about Ecuador. You know, you can
Yeah.
go. We have 3 major markets just in my city. So you have one in the north, one in the south, and one in the middle.
Yeah.
And you can get really good food, like a pound of shrimp at $2.
Yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
would. Yeah. Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
Oh, is crazy? If you normally go to a supermarket, that will be like $10. You go there,
Yeah.
is $2. So you actually buy in bulk a lot of crazy stuff. And once I spent almost $200 buying
Yeah.
random stuff, and it was a full on cab, just filled with vegetables, with fish, with
Yeah.
meat, with everything that I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
like how you put that in there 3 times. TC, yeah, farmers markets are awesome. You might pay a little bit more, but it's worth it sometimes.
Here is in the inverse. Normally, you go to the supermarket, it will be pricier. In the markets,
Yeah.
since
I see.
um,
I would rather go to a farmer's market, but then some of the stuff doesn't last that long, and a lot of people just don't eat it where I live. I'll eat it, but I'll be the only one eating it. Then the rest of it
oh,
goes to waste, and that frustrates me. So,
yeah, I get you.
so
No, yeah.
I'll be eating thing, and then I'll be eating something, and they'll just throw shit away randomly. I'm like,
It's kind of weird thing that you guys have a different relationship with with your farmers. Here, the farmers earn too little for my taste, and I have been
Yeah.
saying this for years now, that they are the ones that actually create the food that we consume. They create everything that we need to live as a country, and they are still the poor people. If you see them, they are literally uh, almost indigents in some parts because there's not enough money to live from what
Yeah.
they are doing. Uh, then you see in the United States, you have these fancy markets, and the farmers go and talk directly to you. When you go directly to the market, to the farmer here, you usually are trying to get a huge sack of potatoes, and I mean like
Yeah.
30 or more kilos for
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah, we talked like in the farmers markets here. You literally talk to the person that actually harvested the honey or got their crops or got their vegetables or whatever, did the wheat, grind it up, did it in the flour and stuff. It's those people, and I would rather my family doesn't seem the same. I would rather go get it from those people because they're the ones that actually help us more than like Walmart or some of these other places do. You know?
Oh, and fresh fruit. Okay, I
Yeah.
lost my job and every single income a couple of years ago. And for a year or so, I was growing my food. I currently are
Yeah.
growing still pumpkin and chilies and things.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was growing all the food that I could grow to
Yeah.
supply for my home.
I
And the
but
work
yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
it's just that the amount of work, the amount of energy
Yeah.
that you need to produce a small parcel of vegetables actually shows you how important these people are, how
Yeah,
important
and
the.
I have to say I think this is a skill that everybody needs to learn because my grandfather taught me. You need to learn how to grow your own food because at some point in your life, something's
Yep,
going to happen where you need to know how to start a fire. You need to know how to grow food if you have to. If you get put in a bad situation, you need to know how to survive.
exactly.
I brother, I know you know how to do that because of where you live. Okay, I maybe have grown up here in America, but if push came to shove, as my my grandfather would say,
Mhm.
I would know how to do things. I'm not going to be
That's
some featherweight, and I would like, okay, this is what we got to do.
that's the point. Life will
Yeah,
always come to show.
yeah,
It
yeah.
will
They
always
will, and
happen.
I always say this, and I will say this to anybody in the chat. You need to know how to do these things because at some point, like Pablo says, life will come to shove. Okay, and I've had life come to shove me several times over my 40 years that I've been on this earth. And what you got to do, if you fall down, pick yourself back up, get your ass back out there and do what you need to do. You know.
Exactly. You
So,
know, life will always go to shit, and
oh yeah, well.
whenever it
So,
goes, you just keep going, man. Uh,
and I'm gonna say this, and Ashley's gonna like this. Why do we fall down to pick ourselves back up? Where's that from, Ash? You've seen the movies. I thought you liked them. The Dark Knight movies.
na na
I
na
haven't
na na
seen
na
those
na
in
na 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 na
What?
na Dark
ages.
Yeah,
Knight.
yeah.
I haven't seen those in ages.
You
I'm
know,
trying to
you know
remember
the
anything.
movies that Mike doesn't like. So
Oh,
some of
oh yeah. Like
some of the
I
stuff.
do remember some of the stuff, and they are
Yeah,
great films.
yeah.
But I haven't seen them enough times to
Ajax. Yeah.
remember
Hey,
Well,
Sax.
yeah. Well,
the
that one stuck with me because my gran because she wasn't born here, but she was born in in the in England and stuff.
Yeah.
But she came over here and got my grandfather and all this stuff, and she like it was hard for her over there at some points because she was a woman during like some of the roughest points that you could be. Now is not a very rough time for a woman. They get everything hand and foot to them. My gran actually had to like fight for tooth and nail for everything she had. And on
Man.
top of that, she was a woman, so that even made it harder back in, but and I gotta say, you gotta, and like Pablo, I know you gotta be thankful for what you have, and don't think of about what you don't have. And I had to tell myself that because my gran would tell me that. Be thankful for what you have. Like I sometimes get frustrated, but then you go and like, yeah, and I think about my gran. Like seriously, my gran's been gone for maybe 30 years, 35 years. I was very young when she passed away.
Man.
I wasn't even, I think I was like maybe, I think maybe 8 or 10. I'm not sure. It's somewhere. Because and then it was just my grandfather, and he was heartbroken because they were married for 60 years, Pablo.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, 60
I
years.
get you.
So, and you don't see stuff like that nowadays.
No, you don't. My grandparents
no.
are 60 something
Yeah.
years together.
Yeah. Silver mine.
I had a relationship. I thought I will be married to that woman, and 5 years, and yeah, it didn't
Yeah,
last
I've been
forever.
I've been engaged a couple times,
Yep.
but it never came to fruition because the women, and I'm not saying anything bad, but it's not like when my grandparents were around, or or any of that. It's a different mindset, and I don't know what it is, and I'm just like, why can't I find
get you,
somebody
man.
like that?
But
Yeah,
okay.
Zax, I can see that. Zax said, "Son, a lot of people aren't thankful because they have zero context
Yeah.
and don't understand history." Yeah, that's the reason why, dude. And I know you've been in several of our streams over at Pop Culture, and Mike's stream and other streams. And whenever I go to other streams, I'm actually thankful for everything that. I mean, because I've literally had to fight tooth and nail for everything I've ever got.
I
Literally.
have had to sleep in a bus station, man.
Yeah.
I really have no fear about when life goes to shit, and I have been in the worst places to be.
Okay.
When life goes to shit, you just shake it off because there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah, I know, and like, dude, I've slept in some of the shittiest places where there's rats and these huge sewer roaches and all this other shit.
Man,
So,
I know.
yeah, dude. Yeah, he Ash needs to go. I'll still me and you can still talk for a bit.
Yeah, man.
So.
Yeah,
let's
I've
do
got to
it.
head out.
I will see you over there, Ash. Okay.
A couple of things before that stream. So, if I don't see you guys, then take care, everyone. And those that are going to t-shirted stream, I'll see you over there. So, thanks again, Pablo, for having me. It's been great
Ash,
as always.
when does it start? So I know how many minutes.
In about 11 to 12 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we can talk for 5 and probably go over there.
So. Yeah, I'll see you guys over there.
Okay.
Thank you very much for coming, man.
No
thank you, brother. And we'll talk a little bit later on about the stream tomorrow, because I need to tell you some stuff.
Okay. So. Take care, everyone. See ya.
Okay.
Bye, hermano. Take care.
So, and like I said, and I gotta say this, a lot of people. And I guess it's how my grandparents raised me and how I was, because I was taught just because, and I did this when I was younger and I didn't understand it. My grandparents go, if you break that, you're not getting something else. You got to take care of these things. They wanted to stamp that shit out right there. Yeah, because I was heavily influenced by my grandparents and my aunt and uncle, which I have my uncle's namesake is my namesake for me is my middle name. I ain't gonna say it, but yeah. So I was heavily influenced by them. So, and I think about my grandparents every day. My grandfather's been gone for 10, 15 years. Actually, he's been gone for a lot longer than that. My grandmother has been gone for a long time too. I still think about them every single day because they were so like embedded in my how how my personality and how I was raised, you know. And I go, well, if I do that, yeah, my grandparents aren't gonna like that. Even though they've been gone, my grandfather's almost been gone for a decade. And my grand has been gone for like maybe 30, 35 years or more. So,
Yeah.
and like I said, Pablo, I get you because we've gone through some hard shit, and I've told you this. So I understand where you're coming from. Even though I'm from the US, but and you're in Ecuador, but I've been through some of the same shit you've been. Just
Oh,
that
because
we've already
shit is
talked about.
universal. That's the point.
Yeah,
Shit is universal.
and that's what and a lot of people don't understand that. You could be in Ecuador, I could be in the United States. There are people in Canada right now that understand what you go through where you're at because of the bullshit that's going over in Canada right now.
Yep.
So it's bullshit is universal, like you said, and that I think if we would all come together, because instead of fighting like all this stupid bullshit,
Oh, exactly. And that's for
Did-
example.
here's my thing.
Mhm.
Imagine all the fighting and shit, and people just started. We've cut out some of this bullshit. Imagine that stuff that we could do if we all banded together. We would already be out in space. We would already go on Mars. Would already be like fucking terraformed and all this other shit. But instead, we spend time here, and I think Cardlin said this. We spend time on here bullshitting about petty bullshit things when
Yes.
we could do such wondrous things. And
Is
I
what
gotta
I
see that,
is what I always say. We were at one point before all this goof and everything, 8 billion units, 8 billion human units. If you
Yeah.
get that as a force, we were unstoppable at a point.
Yeah.
And we messed that up. How? We fucked up the living condition for everybody.
On the face of the earth.
Everybody.
But that was, that was coming anyway because that's been said for a decade or more.
I have talked to you about this. I knew that this was theoretical, but they wanted to do a study about genetical composition infecting the whole planet.
Yeah, I know.
For cancer research, but
well, yeah, we can't talk about this because we'll get spanked by Mama Susan. So
exactly.
yeah, we can't say anything about that right now. But yeah, and Zach said, I'm in Canada. It's unbelievable, but I'm still grateful for what we had. Like we can say stuff, and like Zach's, I understand you. God bless you. Stay strong over there because we have other friends over there. They're in Canada, like Raquel and Morthoth and other people. Just stay strong, brother. I mean, or sister. Like sometimes we don't know, and I'm not trying to, do that thing.
In the internet, always doubt.
Yeah. I always say, like I always like we follow the rules because but then you're like, but I understand. Yeah, I've always been grateful for what I have. I do get frustrated sometimes. Seriously, we all do. We're like, this could be so much better. You know what I'm saying?
It's impossible not to, because life sometimes go to shit and you are like, okay, I used to have this and I used to be in this situation. Not anymore. Life
Scotland is going the same way. PJ said that too, and I agree with that.
Oh man.
Yeah, Scotland and the other part, we have another friend, Ninja Knight, that is just he is in living hell right now. Like
man.
So, but yeah, okay, brother. So
yeah,
I know that I'll put that in my memory banks and stuff now. So
let's close this. So we went, and this is something that happens a lot. We were talking about something basic like caring about your customers, but it escalated to us thinking about how life works. Why? Because these people are not getting that. These people are not humble. These people don't get how to properly convey that you want to be seen. When we are here in YouTube, we know that sometimes we get, right now we have 5 people viewing us, but sometimes we get 1 or 0, and we still need to do the show, because if we do not, then that one person that may come to the stream
Yeah.
won't find the stream and won't be able to watch us. And that's humbling. That's really humbling. We are here like people used to go to the streets with their pianos or their saxophones or their
Yeah.
guitars and play in the streets and try to get attention and try to get a cent here and cent there. That's what we are doing. And
So
the tip jar, the PayPal or whatever we use, that is
yeah,
the help in
that's our thing. You go toss a coin to your
exactly.
witcher, So, but
That
and I want to say this. I got told this the other day, and it made me feel so much better. Somebody told me this and I even said this to somebody else. They said this since you started a channel that it's been really a lot better for my mental health. Me and you, like we have our hearts here, and we know how
yeah.
hard it is for people. So and this is the reason why I like him. Dude, you are part of the team, like fully, because you've been there since day one with us.
Yeah,
So
man.
but I will say this. This is why I like talking with you, because we can actually have discussions. It's not like, oh, I hate you and I hate this, and it's just bullshit. So Zach said our
Thank you, man.
government, our government, and I can't say that word because we get spanked, shaming us, but we don't have enough what to go around. No matter the numbers, we do what we do for ourselves and anybody else who wants to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless.
Hold the next month. I will tell you this. Hold the next month. What's going on politically will change the landscape of how this
Yeah.
is being processed. Wait, just wait.
Yeah. We are gonna keep talking, guys and brothers and sisters out there, because we want you to know that there is a change coming sooner or later.
It is,
We know
man.
there is, and and Gary's been talking about it too. Some other people have been talking about it too, to the extent that YouTube and other places lets us.
Dude,
Okay?
we are
So-
street performers, and
Yeah.
there's times when street performers are the reason why Colosseums are made. So just
So
wait, just hold to
Yeah,
your
they're-
guns. And
everybody, like I say, dig your heels in and don't give them hell back.
exactly.
So
And well, this has been
on that
Progressive Park.
note, yeah.
Yep. This has been Progressive Park. I want to thank you all for coming here. And whatever happens, we will keep fighting and we will keep doing whatever we can. So stay tuned and enjoy, man. Life is short. Enjoy.
Yeah. And always keep your towel.
Yep.
It is man